Stars are Stanley Cup champions here in the year 2027, and will we get the first overall pick? And we will not. We had to end episode 1 early because we have to make a new plan with this team to win a Stanley Cup. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let's go. Okay, so if you missed the last episode, season 1, we got this guy. We went 34, 30, 42, and 8. He's still on our staff. But then we got Dean Evason, and we haven't made the playoffs this entire rebuild. So we have to change something, and I think Dean Evason is a good coach. I think he can get us there. A-, that's a pretty good overall. And, I mean, he plays a balanced scheme. Eisherman fits him. Schaefer fits him. Look at all the fits. All of the perfect fits. But I think there's a problem with our system and our players. So if we take a look at Dean Evason, he's a generalist. He helps everyone grow. That's good. That's good. Balance, he works best with players who like to play multiple styles of hockey. Now, there's a lot of players on this team who do, but then there's players like Adam Pelech, right? Ryan Pulock, Mikey Burchild, Joakim Kemmel, Callum Ritchie, Isaiah George. Like, these players don't really like this balanced style of hockey, and it's interesting. Draft, we have 2 firsts, a second, 3 thirds. That's interesting. Here's our forward core. We do not have a first line forward on the entire roster, but we have 2 elite prospects, another elite prospect who's already maybe a bust. We have Joakim Kemmel, we have Barzal, we have McCann, we have Victor Eklund. We have a lot of different players, but we need to clean up this roster here. Obviously, this is the Matthew Schaefer rebuild. If you missed episode 1, go check that out. So we need to do something. I think we need to work on making our players more balanced. For example, Matt Barzal, you need to get better on the defensive end of the ice, and Cole Eisherman, etc. So if you guys didn't watch the last episode, don't want to watch it, keep going here. We are 3 seasons into this rebuild. We have not made the playoffs. Cole Eisherman had 85 points this year. He cracked the top of the scores. Honestly, I don't remember if I showed this in the last video. I feel like I had to. But, I mean, here is kind of how everything went. Schaefer had 51 points. There is Sorokin. And then here are the awards. So, Dallas Stars won the Cup. Columbus won the Presidents. Kent Johnson won the Art Ross Trophy, which is absolutely diabolical. Rantanen won the Calder and commentary, so it will be a bit slower paced than the other one. However, we have the 7th overall pick on the block, and there is a couple other trades to be made here in this draft. The Buffalo Sabres have the 7th overall pick. To move up 2 spots, we're going to add a 3rd round pick, and then we're going to go here and add this Florida Panthers 6th round pick. Will it go through? Trade is accepted. We have moved up to 7th overall. You guys know the plan. We're going for a more balanced style. Goaltending, we are good. Defensemen, we have Schaefer, we have Goudreau, we have Bouchard, we have Muzzin, who can move that puck up the ice. We have a lot of young players. But, I mean, Pelech and Polak, we'll get to them later. Forward core, Holmstrom staying. Kemmel can stay, maybe. We'll see. Eisherman, Burchild, Eklund as well staying. And then on the forward core, Matt Barzal, Horvat. Maybe they'll get shipped off. I don't think so, though. And then we could trade a guy like Ritchie, maybe. We want the 15th overall pick. And the Calgary Flames want Ivanov. Oleg Ivanov, one of our first best draft pick. However, if you look at his stats, he's not a great skater, he's not great physically, he's a great shooter, he has great puck skills, he's not great senses, and he's developing very slowly. He is a goal scorer. This dude pots in goals for fun, 38 goals. Maybe he'll become something, but the 15th overall pick, I think we could use it. We're giving up a big-time prospect, but I really like this trade. Okay, so we're going to blow it up. We're trading Ryan Pulock here to the Dallas Stars. This is the first piece to go, one of the longest tenured Islanders. I'm sorry, but get out of here. Next up, Adam Pelech going to the Toronto Maple Leafs, another one of the longest tenured Islanders. We are signaling to the NHL that we are going in this new direction. Get out of my team, you know what I'm saying? Next up, Isaiah George. You don't play this balance system that we're looking for. So, yeah, you're going to go off to Colorado. And then Callum Ritchie as well. You don't play this balance system either. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to get out of here. And I think the best offer we have is from Tampa. So, you can go to Florida. And with this 7th overall pick, we are looking for a guy who's NHL ready. We're looking for a guy who can play both sides of the puck. And the only one we have a 200-foot scouting report on is Reed Nichols, so we're going to take him. So with the 7th overall pick, the New York Islanders select Reed Nickel out of Brandon, and this kid is a power forward who can play both sides, has a 92 offensive awareness. This kid's going to be an absolute stud. Okay, here's how the rest of the draft went. Franz, 91 offensive awareness, but less defensive awareness, less size, obviously. Charbonneau has neither offensive or defensive awareness, so that sucks for him. And then with our 15th pick in the draft, we're going to be taking Solomon Salajet Sigilet out of the Brampton Steelheads, and he's a 78 overall. That is crazy. Here he is his stats. Absolute stud. Okay, we're going to trade up in the draft because there's a guy we want. We also want to get rid of that Bo Horvat contract, and I think there's a way we can do it. Take on 2 expiring contracts. We might not be able to re-sign these guys, but Jacob Pelche and Will Cooley, welcome to the Islanders. Yes, we just made a cross-rival trade, and that's okay because I want to take this guy, Joshua Dunham. I think this is our guy right here, another American boy. That's good. And the final trade, this one's going to hurt, but this is what was in the thumbnail. And Matt Barzal is going to be traded to the Chicago Blackhawks for a first-round pick. That's not a great package, but he's a bad contract. That's okay. We're going to try and do moves like these. Get a guy like Etulo Sarinen, just kind of build up this, depth we have of balanced players. And then we're going to take a couple more guys here. Adams is an absolute stud, so that's good. And then we're also going to extend all of our rookies, sign them to contracts. Nickel, Salajet, Bouchard, like all of our guys, we need to bring them here. And we are going to be here signing all of these contracts. So we picked up a lot of guys with 1 year left. Oliver Moore, Lucas Reichel, Losterainen, Svechkov, Cooley, Pelche, all signed. That's perfect. Okay, here's how the team is looking. Here are how the contracts are looking. We have a decent amount of money locked up in a couple of players. And, here's how our forward and decor is using. As you can see, we're lacking in some areas. So we're going to have to make some moves. And I think we need a number 1 center, and we need a 2-way number 1 center. And Dalibor Dvorsky could be our perfect guy. But as you can see here, I tried literally everything to get Dalibor Dvorsky. I was about to give up the entire kitchen sink. Nothing was working. So instead, we pivoted here to John Tavares, one of the greatest Islanders players of all time, the greatest modern Islanders player of all time, and he is coming back to Long Island. And here is how free agency went. We signed Dante Fabro, we signed Ville Heinola, and we sign a couple. Yeah, so we're not gonna spend too big money, but these moves around the edges, obviously we have to reach the cap floor. And this is another one of those moves. We're going to pick up a stud from the Calgary Flames. Yeah, we have a young team, but we're trying to kind of accelerate this timeline a little bit, and Mackenzie Weegar does exactly that. So we had to give up a lot to get Mackenzie Weegar, but I definitely think it was worth it. And I think this makes us a complete team ready for the season. So one last move, though. I see this guy right here, Josh Morrissey. We have a couple of years before we have to pay our guys. So we're going to give him the max. 1 year, whatever the max contract is. There, you cannot tell me a player would not sign 1 year for $20 million. Josh Morrissey, welcome to Long Island. Never mind. That did not work out how I wanted it to. Foodie and Kemmel sign. But Josh Morrissey, let's try this again a bit later. Hopefully you sign. I think it'll be good. And let's see, is Josh Morrissey going to sign? And Josh Morrissey has signed. Let's go, baby. That is absolutely perfect. We are ready for the season. I think we are probably going to be contenders. So that's absolutely perfect, and it doesn't hurt our long-term plans at all. So there's our decor. Okay, so we have to name a new captain here on Long Island now that Barzell's gone, and I think we're going to make Josh Morrissey and Tavares assistants. We could name Tavares the C, but come on, there's only one player that can get it, and it is Matthew Schaefer. Pause. But here is Dean Evison. What is our season goal, coach? Come on, tell me. And looks like we can make a playoff spot. You love to see it. We want our players to play meaningful minutes. That's what the Anaheim Ducks are trying to do, right? That's what in the NBA the Portland Trailblazers are trying to do, getting Drew Holiday. We want our young players to play meaningful minutes and learn from good veterans in the locker room. So I think it is absolutely perfect. And here we go. Game number 1 of the season. And we are taking on the Carolina Hurricanes here in Long Island. The fans are buzzing. There's a lot of excitement. Can we get back to the playoffs? Let's find out here. 10 minutes into the video, and we are in the regular season. Finally, Oliver Moore in shooting. That one's off. There has been no goals this entire thing. Oh, Foodie. Holmstrom. Yes. Let's go. Simon Holmstrom out of all people scores. Come on, boys. 16 seconds to shut it down. Come on, Long Island. Let's go. Oh, Slavin in. Oh, what a save, baby. Let's go, Sorokin. Aho for Svechkov. Back of the net. Back for Svechnikov. In, shooting, save, rebound. Oh, that sucks. We're in a shootout now, though. Jacob Pelletier in. Yeah, things aren't going right for me in this game. Let's see. Can Sorokin stop Aho in? What the hell was that, man? Come on. Come on, Uyghur in. Fake clapper bang. Oh my goodness, what a move. Mackenzie Uyghur saves our first game. Here's Burchild. Carolina missed the chance to win on his stick. Mikey Burchild into the forehand, backhand, bang. Mikey Burchild, we knew he was going to score. And we have won our first game of the year for probably the first time. Here we have an injury. Louis Goudreau is probably out for 2 months. That sucks right there. That hurts. You know, we want his development to be a big part. We think he can be Matthew Schaefer's long-term partner. And another injury to the defense is going to hurt us even more. Amrit Muzzin is going to have to get called up because we have another injury on our blue line. This sucks when you get injuries to the same position. It's happening again. Lee, you get your ass up on the NHL team because we need some help. Mackenzie Uyghur's going down, and 3 of our defensemen are out at the same time. Morrissey, oh my god, what a hit by J Money. Let's go. Oh my goodness, what the hell? I have never got into a fight in any of these videos before, I don't know, maybe I have, but we are fighting over Adam Boquist. Brady Shea has 10 inches on him, but Josh Morrissey has the stamina and the girth. Pause. Tavares, Schaefer, bang. Matty Schaefer, the captain, baby. Let's go, baby. Losterainen is injured. The injury bug is just killing us right now. That sucks right there. That absolutely stinks. Oh, man. Well, we're losing all our players. I don't know how we're going to make the playoffs. Ilya Sorokin is now down. We're going to have to call up our boy Feldbergs. We drafted him in the 6th round. He's turned into a 78 overall. That's pretty good, I guess. But here we are at the trade deadline, and the New York Islanders are in a playoff spot. So do we buy at the deadline? I don't know. I really don't know what to do. This team's pretty good, on offense especially. We're actually looking pretty good. I feel like a lot of our players are playing well, but then there's a lot of areas and weaknesses on this team. Man, Eisherman with 44 goals is absolutely ridiculous. That first line is playing incredible. Johnny T, we could upgrade maybe. I know he's a legend, but I think we could definitely upgrade something like that. Maybe upgrade the depth scoring a bit because this forward core's kind of trash. On defense, J Money putting up great season. Mackenzie Uyghur as well, putting up a great season. Schaefer is a -11, but I'm gonna give these guys time to develop. Matthew Schaefer is only 21. Louis Goudreau's only 19. Come on, man. Don't rush the process like some of these teams. Let it develop. We also want to compliment your players if you can get somebody for cheap. So I think I have an idea. It might be crazy. We are going to go for Mark Scheifele. He's a playmaking center. I think we have the cap space to take it on. He has a gold X factor. I think it'll help our power play. And we don't have to give up much, and that's a done deal. Let's go, baby. Here are the lines with Scheif now. I think this looks much more of a complete team. This helps us out for this playoff run and the next playoff run. So I think it's very possible that this team could make a deep run if we get the right matchup and everything. So let's see. Against the Utah Hockey Club, here we go. Schaefer trying to chase it on the 5-on-3 bang. I already knew that was in. That was the easiest goal ever. Joakim Kemmel, shout out the brother. Let's go. Schaefer, oh my god, look at this kid skate out of traffic. Matthew Schaefer into the zone. Schaefer gonna glide. Schaefer, Pelche, bang. That was easiest bumper play ever. We are ready for the playoffs. Oh no, maybe we are not ready for the playoffs. Johnny T is injured until basically the playoffs. It's a good thing he's not out for the season, but we're gonna have to move our boy Losterainen and Foodie up into the lineup, and hopefully they can fill the void. Here is Schaefer skating the puck up. Watch this. Fake drop, real drop. Eisherman in bang. I called it. That was a design play. I swear that we work on that in practice all the time. That was the easiest thing at Scheifele against his old team. Uyghur getting poked. Bang. Mackenzie Uyghur, man. This is just too easy for the fellas. Burchild trying to poke it away. Scheifele, can we complete the comeback? Bang. Josh Morrissey against his former team. Same with Scheif. Oh, man. Empty net. Malinsky. What? Okay, thank you very much. That was the easiest thing in the world, and we are off to the playoffs. Dean Edison, that means we have made the playoffs. Thanks for the message, coach. Let's go. Here we are at the end of the season. The New York Islanders put up 45 wins, and for the first time since drafting Matthew Schaefer at number 1, we have made the NHL playoffs, and we are taking on the New Jersey Devils, baby. Here are the stats. Mark Scheifele was technically our leading scorer. That's some cap right there. Did have 20 and 20 though. Cole Eisherman, 54 goals. If this guy hits in real life, he is a generational goal scorer. Like in this game, like in this era apparently of the New York Islanders hockey. We have our Mike Bossy. We have, John Tavares, even though he's not the same person. So maybe we can make a run here. I highly doubt it because we are the 3 seed in our division, but Florida was the 3 seed this year. You know what I'm saying? We got some experienced players, and Matty Schaefer putting up good numbers, 89 overall. You like to see that development. And here's kind of the stats around the league. I mean, we're not going to have any rookies, obviously, if we're a contending team. But let's see how we... Oh, my goodness, Florida is crazy. But let's see how we look in our first ever playoff. Okay, so line for the New Jersey Devils, Jack Hughes. We are taking on Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Timo Meier. I mean, I think Scheif is our only player on offense with a gold X factor, so we might be absolutely screwed here in this one. But let's see, first playoff game of the series, first playoff game in Matthew Schaefer's career, Cole Eisherman's career, Mikey Burchild, Victor Eklund. And you know what's crazy? I'm recording this after the draft. Victor Eklund just got drafted by the New York Islanders. That is crazy how we got 2 out of 3 draft picks. But anyways, we are down 2-0 here in the third period. I think it's pretty much GG's. And yeah, we are going to get shut out in our first ever playoff game. That is embarrassing. Here we are. I mean, we are tied at 2, but the home team has won every single game. And let's see if that trend continues. Hopefully not for our sake, but you never know. We'll see. Oh my goodness. What just happened to my voice? But Jimmy VC, Timo Meier both score. That sucks right there. But come on, boys. We got one in our bag. I'm telling you right now. We can get 2 goals pretty quickly. We're a good offensive team. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. Oh no, Ville Heinola is injured. Are the injuries going to kick us out of the playoffs? I think we've been having a good run so far. Hopefully it doesn't end here today. But game 6 is on the way. Damn, that rhymed. I'm like a rapper. I don't even know what I'm saying, but let's get into game number 6 in New York, in UBS Center. Simon Holmstrom, long tenured Islander. Matthew Schaefer, baby, our number 1 pick coming through in his biggest game of his career. Come on, boys. We are out shooting them 37-24. Jacob Pelche on the power play. This one is over. Holmstrom scores again, and we are headed to a game 7. Let's go. Game 7, the best 2 words in sports, and we are here with game 7, and we are underway. It is 2-1 heading into this third period. Remember, we can jump in if it is a 1-goal game with 10 minutes to go and we are losing, and I think that is what's going to happen here. And obviously you can see I forget to jump in because I'm an idiot. Here we go. Cooley shoots. Oh, big save. We have 7 seconds to go. Come on, boys. There's a chance. I believe. Burchild in. Mikey Burchild in, shooting. Oh, that was our chance right there. Oh my goodness. Come on, boys. 0.8 to go. 0.8 to go, I believe. Come on, win this draw, McCann, and that's game. Yeah. Damn. That one sucks right there. Okay, here are the stats. It's not bad. But we are going to end season 4 with a first round exit. We took a very big step forward. But I don't know how this team's going to get better other than just letting these young guys develop. But at the same time, these old guys are going to age out. The playoffs have ended, and the draft lottery suggests that, oh my god, we have the 3rd overall pick. I did not know that was going to happen as Sidney Crosby retires. But we have the 3rd overall pick. What are we going to do with it? I honestly have no clue, so let's see. Okay. Here are your awards. The Stanley Cup champions are the Florida Panthers again. They have created a dynasty in real life and continued this dynasty all the way until 2029. If this happens in real life, I am quitting and never watching hockey again. But here's how the draft board is looking. We have 3 firsts. We have an E on the forward core. I think it's pretty obvious what we need to get. We need a forward really badly. And Jay Reed is the number 1 prospect on the board. Philip Mayer is the number 2 prospect, a center. And then the number 3 is a defenseman out of Finland. So I'm thinking, if I'm being honest, the center is our option. He also is the only one with all A's, if you can see. So Minnesota wants to trade the pick. I think there's a match made in heaven. I think the player we're going to ship off is Will Cooley. He's grown to an 87 overall. Think, maybe he wants to play higher up in the lineup, and I'm going to be looking at these balanced players. We don't just take players for potential, and Hansel is definitely the most balanced player here, so we are going to take Hansel, and that is a done deal. So Reed goes number 1, and at number 2, this makes our pick obvious. We are going to select Philip Mayer out of the American Development Program, and he is an 81 overall, 6'4" power forward who can play in both ends. That is a perfect pick. We're also going to dump some players that we don't need, like Billy Heinola, like Eetu Luostarinen. We have younger players to fill their roles. And then we are also going to try and trade up in the draft to pick 12. I'm willing to give up a lot to get the prospects I want, and that is a done deal. We traded Kemmel, but that's okay. So we are going to take Kyle Hewson. He has no weaknesses. He's NHL ready, 3 A's, 3 B's, and he is a grinder. We also, at the same time, what I've learned is with balanced players, we need players that fill a role as well. Kyle Hewson is going to fill that 4th line role and be a very good 4th liner. Here's the rest of our draft, kind of fast forwarded. I think we had a really good draft. We made a lot of good picks, so I had to show every single pick. But I think we did a good job. Let me know what you guys think of this draft, because I think this draft is going to set up in the future to be a very big, important, vital draft in our Stanley Cup whenever we win. Okay, we have to re-sign some players. Josh Morrissey, he says he doesn't want an extension, but he really wants to re-sign based on the meter. So I'm assuming he's going to accept, and he does. And then we are also going to offer some contract extensions to our boys. Goudreau, obviously going to get a big time extension, 6.5, and Burchell, whoa. I did not expect Mikey Burchell to ask for that much, but there's Kim here in free agency now, if you remember. Philadelphia is kind of a rival of ours, kind of, not really, but a little bit. Like, I feel like we always pull it, like Kim always scores against us. And I think we're going to do this thing where we acquire our 3rd round pick, because if you look at the offer sheet compensation, like if we go to that right now, it shows that a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, right, is 10 point whatever, but then if you go up to 13, it's like a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and a 1st for next year. So if we can kind of replace Mikey Burchell with Kim for the same amount of money, I'm just going to throw a dart at the dartboard. You know, we could obviously keep both of them too, you know, we have the cap. But Kim is going to sign his deal. So we're going to see if the Flyers match. That's step 1. And they do match. Okay, well, that plan is ruined. That would have been nice to get a franchise player. I can't even lie. But we are going to extend Mikey Burchell. It is a lot. But we are going to go down to $11 million. Last year, no movement. And I think that's a good deal. And then in free agency, we're going to sign a couple depth guys here. Oliver Shillington, Josh Anderson, just guys to play a role for us. Oscar Sundqvist as well, a grinder on that bottom. And we, looks like, could make the playoffs. That's good to see right there. Hopefully we can make it back, because I really do believe in this veteran youth balanced plan. But maybe, you know, if it doesn't work out this year, I'm thinking we have to just trust our young guys and then find, like, more, like, you know, depth. It will find complementary players who fill a role instead of just getting a bunch of players who can do everything but not anything great, you know? Like, we have one player in Eisherman who can do something great, but we need a couple of those guys. Wait, that's Paul Mayer's first goal. Let's go, baby. Paul Mayer, his first career goal in his first career game. You already know this kid's going to be something special in the NHL. Here we go, McCann. Up for Weegar. 2 minutes to go. Can we tie this game? Mackenzie Weegar, backdoor bang. I don't know how that pass got through, but Morrissey pots it. Let's go. Mikey Burchell has been injured. That is unfortunate right there. I hope, you know, it's not too bad, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully it's okay. But Burchell, I mean, he's going to be out for like 2 months. That could really hurt our playoff chances. So we're going to move nickel up. And Josh Morrissey's out for basically the year. That is unfortunate. That sucks right there. That absolutely sucks. And I don't know what to do, man. I really don't know what to do. Do we tank this year? Do we try and trade Josh Morrissey? Another injury. It's the problem, man. You just need to, sometimes all it takes is some luck with injuries. You could find your way into a top spot. But Paul Mayer has grown to an 85. We're going to give him more minutes. Sundqvist, going to win the draw. Weegar. It's already 6-2. I don't even know why I'm playing, but Eklund's on a break. Let's go, baby. Victor Eklund, bang. Oh, what a goal. That was nasty. Falling to the ice. Let's go. Shillington. Gonna feed it up. Bang. Watch this. Bang. Bang. That was just sick, you know. Okay, contract extension time, Feldberg. I think we're going to go long term. I've liked what I've seen so far from Feldberg. If we can get a good goalie for $2 million, that's perfect. And obviously, Simon Holmstrom, absolute legend. We're going to extend him for a sec. Here we are at the trade deadline. We're looking pretty good. 3rd in the division. I think that is good. But, I mean, we need to... Man, I don't know what to do. Do we sell? Do we buy? Do we, what do we do? This team's, it hasn't made too much progress. We've also had a lot of injuries, so I don't really blame the team. At the same time, you'd like to see a little more progress, but when McCann, Morrissey, Burchell, your best players are out, it's hard to do that. And I think we're going to try and get more guys that fill a role but are balanced. Ross Colton is that kind of guy. I think that's a guy we could go for. Trading a prospect in a 3rd, that's easy. Here are the lines now with Ross Colton trying to make that playoff push. Maybe we can make a deeper run with Ross Colton at the 4th line center. And here are the lines. Hopefully it looks good until the end of the year. And until Morrissey comes back. If we lose our playoff spot, that's going to suck. I should have sold if that's the case. Here's Weegar. Mackenzie Weegar has lost all his X Factor. Scheifele in shooting, save, rebound. We'll take it. We'll take it. Oh no, Mark Scheifele is out for the year. That one sucks right there. I think we need to get a younger team, bro. All these old guys are getting injured. I can't even talk because Burchild got injured, but all these veterans, man, costing us our season. That is unfortunate right there. We're going to have to live with it, but that is not good. We are here at the end of the year, 40 wins, and we did not get into the playoffs with 88 points. That sucks. That absolutely sucks right there. That is horrible. Oh, man, that sets us back a full year. I think we got to come up with a new plan, boys. I think it's got to be part 3. I think I got to cut this video short. And, oh, man, I think we got to come up with a new plan. Like, looking at this team is good, but there's a problem, and I don't know what to do. Like, we have such a good team, but I think we're in 2 timelines. We're trying to win now. We got to trust the youth. So I think it's obvious what we got to do. Next episode, we got to make some tough decisions. Trade a lot of older players. Go in with Schaefer. Go in with this youth. And I think we won't regret it. I think this is part 3. And if part 3 doesn't work, I don't know where to go. But I'll see you guys in that next episode.